Alright, how's it going, guys? So, true story. Lately I've been reviewing a bunch of kind of smaller movies, more indie movies. That's what I've been seeing in theaters. I haven't been seeing a lot of, like, the kind of high profile releases. I mean, I see them, I have less to talk about them, so that's kind of why I'm doing a lot of these more indie videos. But, true story, stars James Franco and Jonah Hill, it's weird that I'm saying this is like a small indie movie and those are the two stars. But the movie is essentially about Mike Finkel, who was a writer for the New York Times, and just a very kind of like pushy and very accomplished journalist. And he is discredited and fired from the New York Times for essentially making up a story. Around the same time, he's having trouble finding work, and he is contacted by a reporter asking if he knows of a case with a serial killer named Christian Longo, who has been apprehended but was using Mike Finkel's name. So starts this kind of dynamic relationship between a killer. Is he a killer? Is he not a killer? Is he innocent? What is really going on with this guy, Christian Longo, and this disgraced reporter who's trying to get a story to kind of rebuild his reputation, Jonah Hill. What follows is kind of it's a very slow and methodical character piece. That's how I'd put this movie. True story, I kind of always had a weird feeling about this movie. I had seen previews in it when I saw Maps of the Stars and Digging Up the Marrow and all these other smaller movies. And I didn't know what to think, because I was like, this is a Jonah Hill and James Franco movie, and it's not getting at least more of a wide release. I'm not sure, actually. I think True Story had a decent-sized release, but it wasn't big. It wasn't high profile, and I was kind of like, what is the reason for this? Why don't people think this can be more, marketable? And it isn't. It's a very slow thriller. I wouldn't even say it's a thriller. It's more of kind of a mystery, and it's just about these characters, and it's about this would-be killer. Is he a killer? Is he not a killer? Played by James Franco, who it's just trying to like decipher whether or not this guy is insane or if there really is something going on. And as the real Mike Finkel kind of delves into his history and kind of bonds and forms a very strange and awkwardly dark friendship with this character, you start to see his true colors, and it's interesting. The performances are very captivating. This is definitely something, my friend told me that this is the kind of movie that these two actors, they had some downtime from the jobs they were doing, and they just wanted to work on character. They wanted to work on good dramatic chops, and this is a movie for that. Both performances from Jonah Hill and James Franco they're really, really fantastic. I can't say as much for the movie. The movie it's good. It's shot well. It has very good music. The music is fantastic. It fits the piece, and it has good acting, but it's just the story is just not up to par. It's very kind of loose, and there were a lot of times where I was just kind of like, what is going on right now? Like, what is this? The movie tries very hard to be vague about everything, and it tries to just not tell you everything, which is good, and I normally wouldn't complain about that, but in this case, it's like I needed more. Like, I didn't know a lot of what was going on. Like, it's weird, because it's like a very easy movie to follow, but there's so many like different pieces that they don't like focus on, that you can kind of get lost. And I was captivated the entire time. I watching this, I was interested, and I was entertained. I wouldn't say that I loved this movie, or I liked it. I've thought about it a decent amount, and it's since seeing it a couple days ago, and I'd say that I like this movie. It's not a great movie, but it takes two actors and puts them in a situation, and they act, and it's good. Their acting is good. This isn't for mainstream audiences. This is for people that like kind of slow, crime things. I'm really into crime movies and stuff like that. I've been reading Helter Skelter, and it's just kind of like that. It's just interesting to like learn about like, why is this character doing this? Is he really crazy? Is he not crazy? Is he innocent? Is there something else going on? Did somebody else do this? And it's just interesting to watch. James Franco I really like James Franco. He's just a creepy motherfucker. He can go from being like so charming and charismatic in movies to being just really creepy and dark, and it's really good in this. Jonah Hill again is fantastic. You know, go back into to the day Superbad came out and tell like the 13-year-old me that like Jonah Hill in a couple years would be nominated for 2 Oscars and be doing like all of these dramatic roles, and I'd tell you to go fuck yourself. But he's good. He's really good. And I don't know. I like dramatic Jonah Hill. It's definitely something that like I've definitely like become fond of is seeing the dramatic roles that he takes. So I'd like to see more of this. It was directed well. There was a lot of times where I was like, it's a solid picture. You know, there's nothing super terrible about it. There's nothing super great about it. It's just kind of a middle of the road thriller. A rainy day. If it's a rainy day, pop this guy on. You're going to be completely interested and involved. But I wouldn't go out of my way to see it. I'm gonna give True Story a 6 out of 10. I think it's a good movie. It's a solid movie. It's not a masterpiece. I think a 6 is perfect for it. If you like these guys, I would love to know what your favorite movie by James Franco and Jonah Hill is. If you've seen True Story, let me know down below in the comments section. Tell me what you think of True Story if you've seen it. I know it went a little bit wider. It wasn't super wide, but I'd love to know your opinions. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.